once again, this time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show. Yeehaw!
Every day in America, suicides among the American military number at least 22 per day. This is far too many, but this number is a baseline. It is probably far greater, sadly. In conjunction with the movie The Keeper, which highlights a veteran who is suffering from PTSD and is contemplating ending his life, but decides not to do so and gets better. We want to help people remember and have in front of them the information that they need to highlight this tragedy and to hopefully reach out and help someone who is struggling in the same way as some of those were on the name tapes that our character carried throughout the movie The Keeper. So for 22 days, the Southern Fried Podcast is going to keep a sad number. We're going to keep a running tally using the baseline number 22, starting on September 2nd. And each day that we're on the air, we'll give the updated numbers. We want to highlight this not to promote a number, but to make a difference. There may be someone you know you need to reach out to, listen to, get the information to them. There's not a one-size-fits-all, but we need to let our veterans know that we care, we want to help, and that there's resources for them. The Southern Fried Podcast is committed to do their part to bring this number down. 1 is too many. 22 is an atrocity.
Hello, everybody. Happy Hump Day. Well, it's not exactly a happy hump day. It's
It's kind of heavy heart day. It's we're going to try to lighten the mood, Rob, but it's between focusing on these veteran suicides and then the news today out of Georgia. It's kind of a tough day.
yes,
Like,
it is.
not kind of. It is a tough day.
Thank you, Paul. It is good to be back. Thank you for filling in for me the other night. If you want to, I don't want to highlight me in any way in this, but I spoke at the American Legion Hall the other night, and it'll be on here tomorrow night, and you'll be able to see what I was doing. And I appreciate you filling in, and Dave, all of y'all giving me the opportunity to go up there and do that. Well, hey, Cook, everybody's coming in tonight. Looky there. Only one we're missing is Sugar Britches.
I'm sure he'll.
Huh?
I'm sure he'll be along shortly.
Okay. But thank y'all for giving me that opportunity and filling in for me. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, it is a sad day, and we're gonna take a moment and just recognize that without trying to give any details because things change so fast. What we know is tragic enough. We don't need to know anymore, honestly. Let the investigation play out. But I don't know anybody that would not hear news of today and not think of their own kids or grandkids or whatever. And our heart just goes out. I'm not going to surmise anything tonight other than it's a tragedy and to pray for all involved. It's just it's a tough day. It's in our own state, you know, and we're just it's just tough. It's just tough. Your heart goes out, you know.
Yeah. And it's when you talk about praying. I mean, we definitely need to pray. We need to pray for the students of the school. We need to pray for the family. We need to send up prayers of thanks for the quick response from the police. We need to, the resource officers approached him there in the school and he surrendered. Thankfully, or it could have been a whole lot worse. But they had the courage to go and face him down. Thank you, thank you. And that's the only thing about it I'm going to mention. But we want to send up prayers of thanks for them, and and just prayers of thanks all around that it wasn't worse.
Amen.
Thank you for.
Amen. Such a tough day, and we've already been focused on our veterans, and then to hear news like that, especially here, like I said, in our state, and it's just really, really tough. And every time we hear of one of these, it's every time I drop several children off at school every day. Some are mine, some are neighbors. I don't mind; they appreciate it. I have 5 children, 2 different schools I'm dropping off, and I always tell them to have a good day and have a safe day, you know,
Yeah.
um, to learn and, just give them those words of wisdom. But and there's great people involved, but it's hard to turn the kids over to
Yeah.
other people, and especially with we're talking, hundreds of other kids,
Yeah.
it's just tough, but our heart goes out to that, and we'll be praying about it. And in the morning, our normal morning funny will be set aside for a day, and we're going to have a morning prayer.
Yeah.
And just feel like that's the right thing to do. For the morning. In the morning, as more is probably going to be released by tomorrow, and there'll be more knowledge known. It just didn't feel right to do that for us.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you
Well,
can't laugh at things and have a good time. That's, but we do
we'll
want to
probably
take
get it
time to
started tonight.
recognize that. And we'll do that tonight. We're going to, we're going to find that. And then at the same time, our hearts are heavy as we think about those things. Robert, why don't you just take us to the Lord in prayer right now? Let's just start the program with prayer as we pray for these folks.
Okay. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the many blessings that you pile upon us. We ask you tonight for those that have lost loved ones in this horrible event up at the school in North Georgia to comfort them, give them peace. The family, the students, everybody, give them peace in a way that only you can. We ask you to be with everybody. These students are going through a hard time here over the next week or so, even though they're not going to have school. It's going to be right there in the forefront of their brains. Comfort them. Give them peace. You are the great comforter, and we rely on you for that. Lord, we also want to thank you for the quick response from the police officers, from the students, resource officers, the life flight, the emergency people. We thank you for the quick response for all that. And we know your hand was in it, as it is in everything. Lord, give us peace, give us strength, and let us come through this on the other side, looking back while still filled with sorrow, but with a spirit of thankfulness that you had your hand in this, in the recovery. And we ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Dave, will you continue?
Now, Lord, we also want to pray for our veterans as we think about the number we are posting tonight, which is, Lord, we know it's too small. It's more than that. But for each family that's today received sad news in these 3 days that we've covered this, we ask the same thing, Lord, that you'd comfort them, and that others through this somehow, some way, will receive the help they need, that they won't end up the same way. Bless our efforts, Lord. And we know if we touch at least one, that's one that's rescued. Father, we ask you to bless our program tonight and all the people listening in and their needs as well. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
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 Okay. Now, Dave.
Yes, sir.
I want you to know something.
Oh, Lord, this is scary.
This morning, you were highly critical of me. You're welcome, Paul. We're happy to do it. It's our honor.
Critical in what way, my
You were
friend?
critical of me when I told you that place was in north central Georgia. 3 times today, as I've been watching this thing, you know how they addressed where this high school was? Central North Georgia. Back up.
I'm not backing up. I am not backing up, and I'm going to tell you, because if you're doing a something like that, and obviously at the time they didn't want to give out an exact address, although you can look it up. And then Paul's got questions for you. I was asking you a little more specific, not a general geographical location. I figured a man of your knowledge, of your travels and skill, would give me, well, you go down Highway 48 and you take a left, and I was expecting something like that, not some.
Yes, Paul, right in the middle of North Georgia. You get it.
General geographical area.
Oh, let's take that off there. Put that back up.
Butch Cassidy. We now know you're Butch. I'm Sundance.
No, I'm or you're Festus.
Or you're Thelma and I'm Louise or something, because Tarman just slammed us on that.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm Marshall Dillon and you're more like Festus.
Well, I do limp a little more these days, so, I drag in one leg behind sometimes.
Just jump. What? Jump.
Yeah, Paul, if you didn't see that this morning, I tried to get some information from him. He gives me this vague reference to North Central or whatever he said, Georgia. That just warmed my heart. Georgia. Yeah.
Okay. Central. Okay. Go down to I-75. Get off on the Adel.
You failed. You failed. You failed. You just admit you don't know.
75 and you go down. What's that place that's got the funny name?
It's a fail.
Adairsville. Get on 75, get off on Adairsville exit, head east. You'll get there eventually.
Adairsville is a funny name?
Yeah. I never now here, man. we already said that's going to be Chris and Cook. We just got to figure out which one's who. It's not Mutt and Jeff. Well, he does kind of look a little bit like a Mutt. I got to get my finger fixed. Yeah, a little bit like a Mutt right there.
Well, I can be. I can be.
Oh.
They dare people out there. So what you're telling me, if I said, Rob, I'm coming down to see you, and I said, where about you live? And you said, Southwest Georgia. Would that make sense?
Dave, look, I know you're from North Georgia, and you could never follow those directions. That's just for Southern Georgians, that have a sense of direction, go into the southwest corner of the state and you'll find me. I know you're from way up in Yankee, Georgia. So when you cross the Nat line, we have a different understanding of directions. No, I would have to tell you, plug my address in on your Google. It'll tell you how to get here. I couldn't just tell you, go down there.
Well, we know who Butthead is. No.
Uh-oh. I said Yankee, Georgia. Sorry. Cook caught that. So anyway, but once you get down here, you'd have to put it in your Google. I couldn't tell you to come down here and go southwest because you might go more west than south. You don't understand the concept of southwest. It's either south or west. You don't think about there's a direction in the middle of it called southwest. And you'll see signs for Colquitt once you go southwest far enough.
Listen here, Navy boy. I can find my way around, okay? I'm not sailing the high seven seas or anything like that. I believe I can find my way around. Ren and Stimpy. Northeast.
What about Northeast? Northeast what?
Georgia. If you go too far north, you have to go. Well, we've already just determined. Well, we do need that, but we've already determined that we need the Southern Fried Podcast alarm clock. That's how we
Yes.
got on that. Roberts was going to play Barney.
No. Roberts is not going to play Barney. If Roberts does play Barney, it's going to end with a shotgun blast. No, we have talked about that Southern Fried GPS on here. I think we did that on a north central South Georgia. No, that's north central eastern side of the west side of Georgia. Eastern side of the west side of southern Georgia. Yeah, that's it. I think we kind of came up with the Southern Fried GPS because it was like, okay, you go up here, you go over here, go up the road a base, and then it's got to have siren bells and whistle. No. All right, you go up here where Aunt Louise lives, and you hang a left on the dirt road, and you go out there just past the cow pasture. You know, the ones with the cows up there in the corner closest to the road, and then you go past there. You go up the road just a piece, and then you hang a left on the paved road, and then you follow it out there. You know, we got this, you know. Go ahead, Dave.
I think when we were talking about the GPS, we thought that it would be funny to have those that talk like in those, Robert, please turn right at the next light, you know.
And then it'd be like a redneck in there going, who the heck is that talking? Oh.
Well, we discussed about how we have told our GPS off before to shut up. Redirecting.
Gonna redirect you right out the window if you don't quit redirecting me. I know where I'm going.
Don't let Robert fool you. He talks about all this South Georgia stuff, but really he feels more at home. I don't know if you know this or not. This might be breaking news on Hump Day. Hump Day is a great way.
Right, this ought to be
great place.
This is going to be good right now. I can tell you now because he's up there with a thought into this. All right, let's have it.
It's a great time and a great place to release breaking news. Robert's never going to tell you, but honestly, there was a movie made about Robert's life. I mean, I don't know if you know that. He's a humble guy. He really don't like to let people know that. But you know, it had a couple of stars in it you might recognize. One of them was Ned Beatty, and one of them was Burt Reynolds. And that's really the story of Robert's life. I mean, I didn't know if y'all knew that. I thought it'd be the right time to tell that.
I'm just glad you didn't cast me in the role of Ned Beatty because he had the hardest movie role I've ever seen. Thank you for that. At least there is some small saving grace there. I'm not even going to shoot you down because you didn't put me in Ned Beatty's role.
No, he can't play a banjo, but he can. You hear him talking about water all the time. Don't it make sense? He's always talking about water.
Hey, I'm a good paddler. I can paddle with the best of them. And if I hear banjo music, man, you'll think I'm out there in a speedboat. That wasn't very nice, Dave.
I just said it was
we're not going to talk about your movie there, Waterboy.
Which one? What?
Yeah, did he tell you about his little nighttime bedtime problem? Oh, that wasn't very nice. I'm sorry.
You know what's funny about that?
What's that?
I've never even seen the movie, so whatever you're saying, I don't even have a clue what it is.
Tire Man says Squeal Boy. Now Paul's laughing at Water Boy. Cook's laughing at both of us. We just got to quit giving each other a hard time. That ain't ever gonna happen.
Well, no, that's not gonna ever happen.
No. But I know what it's like to go through life being this good looking. But I have to ask you, Dave, what's it like going through life looking like that?
It's been a great and glorious life.
Full of lots of laughter and joy.
Lots of laughter. By the way,
People
we
come in
picked.
and go. Laughter.
Thank you to the new follower we have on Facebook. Actually, we have a couple today. We appreciate that.
Oh.
You know,
Did we get a couple? Yeah, we did too.
we appreciate
Elderly guys like to joke too. I agree. They're a tire man. I agree with that. Wait, what? A
what?
whole lot. He
Wait, wait,
jokes
wait, wait,
way
wait,
too much. Way too
wait,
much.
wait, wait. Hold on. Time
Oh,
out.
I mean,
Too
he does.
much?
Yeah,
Too much?
yeah.
I didn't know
You
you.
elderly guy.
Oh well,
Well,
thank
thank
your
you,
dear
wife.
wife for that. Yeah, we appreciate that. But I can joke. I'm joking too much.
Yeah, for elderly guys. I mean, you get tickled and snuff starts running down the corner of your lip there, and all that
No,
stuff. You mess up
no,
your pins.
no on both. No on both. I have never had snuff in my mouth in my life ever. Nor have I ever wore Depends ever.
If you needed to, would you?
That's too personal. I'm not answering that, Rob. I mean, that's kind of like a guy that says I had to have hemorrhoid surgery and they want to play by play. That's a little too personal.
Well, if somebody told me they had hemorrhoid surgery, which I would be the wrong person to bring that up to, probably. I was like, how long did it take? And they'd tell me, every time I'd be like, well, I didn't know they could do brain surgery that quick.
We had a guy that had that happen at work at the old SI, and he come in talking about it. TMI, brother. TMI.
Oh, I love it. You ever take a sleeping pill and a laxative at the same time? That is good, solid advice right there. I knew this guy one time. I'm going to stop right there. I'm stopping right there. I ain't doing it. I knew this, but I'm telling, I don't care. This happened a long time ago. I was stationed on Adak, Alaska, and there was this gentleman there that our fellow sailor got a package in, and he had complained to his mom that they kept going in and stealing all of his candies out, and she sent him a bunch of laxative. Like into chocolate chip cookies. And they never got into his bag again. Now, me and this crazy Cajun, we got along real well, and we would share our boxes. And my mom, they used to make fun of us because he was from Louisiana and I'm from Georgia. Said, bet you eat them mountain oysters. No, I don't eat mountain oysters. But you couldn't ever convince all them Yankees that was in there that we didn't, because y'all are from South Georgia, South Louisiana. I know you eat them mountain oysters. And my mama sent me some cheese cookies. I love them. They were great. But the way they came out, it looked like if you put two of them together, it kind of looked like it could be something. So I got my box in. Me and Brian sitting there eating these cookies, and friends of ours came in there, some shipmates, and they were like, "What's that?" I said, "I ain't telling you what they are. Go ahead and have some if you want some, though." Oh, they started eating them, talking about how good they were. And Brian picked two of them up, put them together. Bet y'all can't guess what them are. What? Oh, them's mountain oysters.
Oh,
They didn't ever get in my box no more either.
what a disgusting thought on a Wednesday night hump day. Ugh.
What do you mean I can be a spokesman for that flag?
You could sell anything, man. That's all I'm saying. You could sell anything.
Probably. I'm pretty good at that. It comes with being good looking. I'm telling you, it's not no big secret. It just comes with, you just gotta look good. I'm just skating by on my good looks. I know you only got me on here for clickbait anyway.
Clickbait Blevins. Butch Clickbait Blevins.
You used to call me Belvins. I hate it. I hate it when I get telemarketer calls anyway. But then when they don't get my name right, Is Mr. Belvin's there? No. No,
Hey, Paul,
Belvin.
if you're still listening, Paul, you remember that night we was at the church and they called for a survey, and we made them both do it with both of us. Like they said, no, we're not supposed to call him a business or church. We're supposed to call him homes, and we made them do it. That was I got done with it. I said, "There's another guy here that wants to do the survey," and he's like, "No, no, no." He didn't want to hear it. We was witnessing to him. And he said, "I don't even supposed to get one person from a place, and I really wasn't supposed to get this place." I said, "Come on, man. He's been waiting patiently. You know, it was like a 20-minute survey or something. I don't know." We wore him out. I guarantee you, he was sweating when that was. He does remember. Oh man, I wish we would have had 10 people there. Then hold on, we got one more, man. Come on, because you know their bosses are listening. Like you wouldn't hang up on us, would you? Come on, we got another one. We're gonna give you some surveys tonight.
Darn Skippy. What was it? I don't want to call the name. It's the place where we worked at. And they had this thing where we were supposed to be able to go around and ask them questions. And they wanted 2 people from each department to go to this meeting. And we were supposed to be able to ask questions. And me and you went. You remember that?
I remember going. I don't remember you being there.
Yeah, it was me and you. They sent me and you up there to ask questions. And we went up there, and all they did was talk, and we didn't get to ask no questions. And we came back, we went right straight to Mike Brown and said, "Well, that was a waste of time." He said, "What do you mean?" "We didn't get to ask no questions. They just came up there and run their mouths and left." He said, "Well, hang on." And he went to Larry Gregory. He said, "Look, I sent them 2 up there for a reason. I knew that they would keep them on their toes." They didn't get to ask their questions. They're pissed. We got to get them back up there. And they took us back up there and answered the questions.
I know we actually went around and asked people what they wanted to know. So
yeah,
these were good questions.
And they wouldn't anybody talk to us. Well, they come back to talk to us. We was going around the whole department, kicking stuff, screaming and yelling. Not let us talk to nobody. Bramlett was dying laughing. That was funny.
Oh, Bramlett.
Wait a minute. That was great. And make sure, definitely frustrated. Oh, and Tire Man did that stuff. Okay, I'm just making sure we're all good here.
We're all good.
Make sure you're not sneaking one in on me.
Oh, no, never.
I'm quite sure there were several times they wanted me and Dave to leave.
We're like the press pool when they, the White House staff is telling me, get out, no more questions. We're like, come on, one more. They're like, no, get out.
Well, what y'all don't realize, me and David ride each other pretty hard. But if we ever team up on somebody, it's like they're a double hump camel and we got a saddle on each hump and we're going to ride them down.
Have you ever rode a camel?
No, and I'm not going to.
I don't think I ever have either. I know I've heard they stink real bad because they retain all that water. They stink.
I don't know. I retain a lot of water, but I don't stink, so I don't know.
Nobody knows who I'm talking about. It's great to take kids to school. They're all different ages. I mean, they're all the way from 9 or 10 all the way up to 14, somewhere in there. It's just, the conversation is incredible. I mean, it really is. But sibling conversation, it's even better. So there's a brother and sister that's been riding with us, he's just, how boys are. Boys are just boys. They don't care. It's like my baby boy. When he was in school, that kid didn't care if his hair was combed, if his clothes matched. He didn't care. He still don't care. It's just baby boy. That's what he is. So this kid, he's just an all American boy. And so the sister was already mad at him because she wanted him to sit in the seat behind her. And I said, no, he can sit there. He's already in. It made her mad, I think, at him. So she has to slide over beside him. And we're taking off, and she's kind of not in a good mood because of it. But then she looks at him, she said, brother, I hope you don't talk to nobody today because your breath stinks. you need to just keep your mouth shut. Don't talk to anybody. that's cold, man. I mean, you know, you think family is something, just slide them a gum or a mint or something,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's dog eat dog in the family's like, just call him out right for everybody. Your breath stinks, man. Don't talk to nobody.
Mm. I believe I'd have had to have a fire back for that. Did he say anything back to her? Or just
He don't
ignore it?
care. He just
Okay.
ignored it.
Hey, Paul. This ain't gonna work. My wife says my hairs are numbered.
Well, they are by God.
It has to be in its place.
Would
Bubba,
that
let me
be?
tell you. Let me explain to you about and having them numbered. Some people's hair is easier to count than other people's, and some people's hairs are real easy to count. And I know God knows exactly how many hairs on everybody's head, but I think when he got to me, he went,
Well, you got them eyebrows, bro. You could count those.
when I got old man eyebrows. When did I get old man? And when did we get so old? We started getting hair like in our ears and stuff. What the heck happened? We didn't used to do that.
What is old man eyebrows? I've never heard that term before.
Like
Old
Gandalf.
man.
Like
What?
Gandalf, the old man wizard on Harry Potter. That guy with the beard that makes ceramics. Harry Potter.
You know that I didn't watch Harry Potter, right?
Oh, I figured you did, but didn't. But I figured you'd get the old man with the beard that makes ceramics, Harry Potter, that you would be able to
I don't know who
connect.
that is. Somebody in the chat can respond to that. I don't know. I
Okay.
told you, man. I don't watch
Yes, it is, Paul.
old man eyebrows.
Yeah.
Do you mean
Well,
like they're like?
it's too easy, Dave. It's too easy.
You mean like they're they need to be trimmed? Or they're what? What is old man eyebrows? I'm still lost here.
Well, you're just going to have to figure that one out. That's eye mustaches.
If I don't shave mine, I have a
Thank
unibrow.
you, man. Thank you. Oh, and Paul, he doesn't want a unibrow. I don't have a unibrow. I've got a strong nose, so it kind of, yeah. Okay. All right, Dave. We've been on me long enough. I'm fixing to strap that, throw your blanket on your back, strap that saddle on. Here we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
I love you, brother. And I just don't have the heart to pick on an old man tonight.
Oh, don't even believe that, folks. That's usually the calm before the storm.
What do you mean? You think I would try to disguise my actions behind a word of kindness and sympathy and feeling sorry? I mean, my heart goes out to you elderly people. You know, yeah. I mean, a complete stranger called you on the phone and knew that you were elderly at 59.
Yeah, Mr. Scam Call. Well, you're an elderly man. Who you calling elderly, buddy?
And that sound that you just heard was a cup of gas.
Do we still have that recording in the audio?
Oh, I'm
That was
sure.
audio.
Oh, I'm sure.
That's elderly people.
Oh,
There's a lot of these folks have not heard that. This guy called me a couple of months ago, pretending to be a Catoosa County deputy sheriff, telling me I had 2 warrants out for my arrest for not appearing at well, he changed the story twice. Once I didn't pay a fine, and the other one was I didn't show up for jury duty.
no, we don't have it anymore. You linked that one in from your phone?
No, we loaded it in, I believe, but
Yeah, but if we've had so much stuff,
are you looking under video or audio?
video was it on?
No, it'd be under audio. It'd be down there under audio. Because that wasn't a video. It was just audio.
That's right. Let me see.
Voicemail from scammer. It's still down there, bro. Bring that up. Now, he talks real quiet, but this is what I got left on my phone, folks.
This is the Catoosa County Sheriff's Office. I'm looking to make contact with a David Cordell. We have some legal documents for me to discuss with you, Mr. Cordell. Could you please give us a call at your earliest convenience? Thanks. Have a blessed day.
Have a blessed day. Legal documents.
Hey, he didn't record his conversation. I wish he had, because
I wished I had too. I schooled this guy.
Let me tell y'all something. There wouldn't have been one thing better, but one thing I think that would have been better than that was been if he'd have called me. So I could have had the fun with him. Dave just had a blast with him.
Oh man, I made him hang up. He ran away from me.
Hey Paul, you have a great night too, Bubba.
Yeah,
we'll
man.
We'll see you on here tomorrow.
Go help some people make some money.
Yeah. You get the senior discounts. See there? How old are you, Tire Man? I'm just saying, David. You're at 55. You can start getting them discounts.
At some places, not everywhere.
Will you run?
They don't take. I'd be glad to. It's about time anyway.
Yeah.
I'd be glad to. Hey, this is Dave with the Southern Fried Podcast. As part of our Main Street program, we're highlighting businesses in small-town America. This week, we're interviewing Angie from Angie's Decatur Diner. Tune in to hear her interview. Here at the Southern Fried Podcast, we ask you to join us each Monday night for one of our very special programs, Mama Said. About 7 p.m. each Monday, we'll be talking about those things that Mama has said, or does say, or that we just remember that she said for those of us who have lost our moms. Sometimes we laugh. Sometimes we think of the things that we did that made our moms mad. Sometimes we think of those things we wish we could hear Mama say again. Even when she was telling us to go get the hickory. Hey, we loved our moms, and we appreciate all the things that Mama said. This is one of the things that the Southern Fried Podcast is built its foundation on, was programs like this, Mama Said. So join us. Send us those notes of what your mama said. Maybe she said some things that are a little different than what our mom said. We'd like to include that in the program. We're thankful for our moms. God was good to us to give us the wonderful gift of moms in our life. So join us each Monday night for the Southern Fried Podcast. Very special program, Mama Said. Thank you so much for watching. Southern Fried Podcast News Desk, conservative and Christian news brought to you each Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be covering news that affects America and you. From politics nationally and to the state level, we will discuss topics that are breaking each week and get your input as well. Join us each week for news from a conservative and Christian outlook. God bless America and God bless you. Hey, here at the Southern Fried Podcast, we've got a new morning show. Well, it's actually the same show, but we added a day. We're now on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting at 6 a.m., and we go till about 7, maybe a little after if we're having a really good show, and we just want to keep it going for a few minutes, but it's usually about 6 to 7. We hope you join us. And as our tagline says, nobody really wants to get up, but since you're up, grab a cup of coffee and join us. Hopefully we can get you started on your day talking about a little bit of sports or news, have a little laughter. Everybody needs that in the morning, along with that caffeine. And hey, we're trying to get you awake. You might be trying to get us awake. So join the chat. Let us know what's going on. Sometimes our best programs are from the chats that people tell us some things that are going on or remind us of some things or correct us on some things. Hey, all the above. We hope you join us on the Southern Fried Podcast morning show, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Have a great day in Dixie, and God bless. And we're back, or at least I'm back. Rob will be back in a minute. It's good to be here on this night. A couple of notes on that. We had about Mama Said, and we again have, if you were with us on Monday, then you know this. We've expanded that. It's a longer program now, and we're just having more and more fun. We just wanted to expand and explore new things. And along with that, we got the new program, and I was hoping to have the commercial for it tonight, but I loaded the wrong one. I've got to replace it with the new Southern Talk. Southern Talk. We're going to talk of all things Southern people and like and do and places and events and stuff like that. We're gonna explore that. It could be a Southern state of mind. They might be in Canada, but Southern Talk. Be looking for that. That's coming very, very soon. And it's good to have Rob back with us. I think he's fixing to join us back on stage. He's not up here yet, so he's hiding from us. It's good to have all of you in the chat tonight, and we appreciate you give us a lot of stuff to talk about. But yeah, the guy called, and he didn't know what he thought he knew about trying to scam somebody, much less knowing the law. And I called him on all of it, and he just kept digging the hole deeper and trying to turn me over to a supervisor. And my last words with him was I was hanging up and calling the sheriff's department and getting information about this particular person because he gave me a name and all this stuff. And of course, he hung up then. I did call them and did verify that he didn't work there, and they said they've had a few calls. They said about every 45 to 60 days they'll get a series of calls that where they're trying to scam. This particular area code was that Adairsville area. And I called him on that too. And he said, oh, it's a state phone, state issued phone. But we had fun with it. We really did. I like this one. I'm dark headed, but my beard comes out in white and silver. So in winter, I get all senior discounts. You know what? I probably have gotten more. Well, not even probably. I know I have gotten more discounts being dressed in security clothes than I ever have for somebody saying, oh, you get a senior discount. They're really, people are really nice. If you're in uniform, to sometimes sometimes you get a free coffee or something or a drink. They'll say, we're good. Thanks. They'll say, have a safe day at work or something like that. They're really nice to do that. And it's really nice that, they don't have to do that. I never asked for it. Don't try. I figure if blessings come my way, they come my way, and I try to pass them along and bless other people.
That's right. People in law enforcement are generally a lot nicer to the elderly than they are other people anyway.
Not always, but most of the time, Oh, okay. This particular pretend law enforcement officer, he was not nice because he called me elderly. That's why he said, we don't want to arrest you. We don't want to arrest an elderly person.
Well, he told you to have a blessed day. What else do you want from him?
Yeah, then he turns around and tells me I got 2 warrants for my arrest.
After he told you to have a blessed day.
All right, Rob, you ready for some news?
You got news?
You ready? I don't have it in the pop up. I'm gonna give it to you though. I'm sorry, busy day, okay. Didn't get a chance, but I'm gonna give you give you the gist of the news article. Okay. So they want to know if you have this one's a little older, but he's still out there. There's a guy that lost his emotion. I think this is important news for Jen. He wants to know if you have seen his emotional support gator. Emotional support gator. This guy.
Hey, Jenny, come here. Dave's got a news story for you. She said, uh-oh. Come on, you got to come in here where you can hear this. Come here.
Well, yeah, I thought it might be of interest to you because there's a guy that he had a gator named Wally, and he calls it his emotional support gator. And it's missing. And there is a picture. No, I'm serious. I don't know if you can see that. He's hugging the gator. That's a picture of him and the gator. The gator's name is Wally. Wally, the emotional support gator. And what happens is, I didn't know this was a thing, but somebody kidnapped him. And
who wants to kidnap a gator?
He says what they do. I guess this is a a South Georgia kind of thing there, Rob. He says that people, if they know you got a gator, they'll come and kidnap the gator and release it into somebody's yard and play the joke on them. So when they get up and come out, they see the gator.
Yeah, relatives.
Oh my.
So somebody saw this gator. They called the animal control. They come and got it. When they get these calls all the time, I didn't know this was a thing. They come and get the gator and they release it into the wild. So Wally is somewhere out there in the wild, the swamp somewhere. And this guy, they said there's little to none chance that he'll find him, but he goes every day, him and friends, looking for the emotional support gator. That's for you, Jen.
And you know,
emotional support.
And you know, they'll probably find him. I can see that. I mean, it'll be the alligator who's trying to give you a hug.
Ugh.
Well, yeah, and they said he has never tried to bite anybody. He doesn't bite. Yeah, I don't know.
Got it right. You know what that means.
Or he's a pair of boots.
That gator done been cooked. He's not even trying to bite. He's not even fighting back. You just grab him up, take him onto the house.
Somebody saw a free meal.
That's like scraping a possum up on the side of the road. It's just free.
I just thought this might be some Christmas ideas for you, Rob, to get Jen the emotional support gator.
Ugh.
We can get you an emotional support gator.
No. Keep the gators away from me. That's what they do.
You could take walks, and
yeah,
at night.
I guarantee you, nobody would mess with you.
That's true.
If you took the gator out for a walk.
That's true. That would give you a sound. You'd be okay with me going for a walk by myself then, because I have the gator with me and I'd be safe. Yeah. Right. No, I don't know. I don't think I'd be safe.
Well, it might
or something.
It might be worth it for one night, because I'm thinking instead of Chuck Norris biting your feet, if this thing ever come in there and bit your feet, it wouldn't last the rest of the night. I'm talking Rob's feet, not yours.
You're onto something there.
The gator would bite Rob's feet.
Oh my God.
No. They like stinky stuff, so we wouldn't be able to bite anything in this house. You thought I was going to go somewhere else with that, and you just jumped all out on me on that.
I was not thinking anything. My mind went totally blank whenever you said stinky.
Yeah,
it went blank. Thanks, Jen. But I didn't know that was a thing.
No more go blank than mine would have, because you was thinking you fish get yourself in trouble. You got to do it. You got to do it.
Well, I mean, there's no stopping you if Gumbo and Boots.
An emotional support crow. No, we don't want no crow. I had to eat enough of that sometimes as is.
Well, you don't eat the emotional support crow. You don't eat it. It's an emotional support crow. Come on, man.
Okay. It's like that sailor that went off overseas. And he came back home and brought his mama a parrot, left it with her, came back, went back out to sea, and he came back, and the parrot was gone. Asked his mom, said, "Where's that parrot at?" Well, he didn't make it. He said, "What?" She said, "Yeah, I plucked it and everything else, and we ate him, it was." You don't eat a parrot like that. He said, that parrot could talk in 6 languages. She said, well, heck, he should have said something.
Sorry.
You still there?
Yeah. I'm talking to granddaughter.
All right.
Give me just a second. I'll give you another news item here in a minute.
Okay. Well. Yeah. So if you've got an emotional support parrot, it's probably not good to eat him too. Besides, it takes so long to pluck that thing with all them feathers. Could you believe that? So, I believe the cat got together and blamed it on that cat that is sitting precariously up on top of the pole we was talking about week before, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, I think. with the cat sitting up there on the power pole precariously. We had that on the Hump Day news. You know, yeah, that was fun. You know, because then it was the cat, the dog, the bears, and we tied it all in. Wasn't there a gator in that story too? What's up with all the gator stories? We've been having plenty of them lately. It's probably because it's been so dry down here and ain't no water in the creeks and they all drying up. That's not a good thing. But he's starting trouble again. That's the silly cat. His name's probably Chuck Norris. You know, and I don't know if y'all have a cat, but my cat's got the coolest name in the world, Chuck Norris. As my wife said, he needed an awesome name, and that was the most awesome name I could think of. She didn't like the name I originally picked. She didn't like Dumbo worth the flip. So
Dumbo?
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna let you carry on for just a second. Please,
That's
sir.
fine, because I'm gonna go into the story here in a second.
What I do?
Well, if you take me off the screen, I can't cover nothing. Rob's got tricks to our jokes tonight. Oh man, yeah. I don't think I want an emotional support gator, but there's another story in Pennsylvania where a lady says an emu is running loose down her street, and I thought that was kind of cool too. I think I could dig that a little more than the gator, but somebody has this emu on their street and it got loose and running down the street. That could cause a stir in the neighborhood if you had an emu running loose. What do you think? I don't think I want that running down the road. Who's starting trouble here, Tarman? I don't know who you're talking about. It's got to be Robert, right? I mean, he starts trouble. He's the trouble master. But yeah, the emu was wandering around her street in McKeesport, Pennsylvania. So the lady said, I rubbed my eyes like, am I really seeing what I'm seeing? It was an emu, alive and in person, on my street. Alive and in person, the emu. I guess they didn't say it was an emotional support emu though. Oh yeah, the cat's starting trouble again. Well, the cat's behind all these stories. I mean, but we did expand it. I mean, first it was cat and bear and dogs and gator. We're still gator, but now we have introduced the emu. I did see a bear story, but I decided not to grab it. It just got in and got a bag of chips out of somebody's car. He was being a good bear. I don't know what kind of chips he got, but he wanted some chips in somebody's car, and I don't even think he had to break in. I think they left the window open or something. He got in and got him a bag of chips. So the emu, we'll have to catch up with Rob on that in a minute. There's sometimes you read a story and it's kind of cool, I guess, but then you wonder why. And so this one is a work thing, and IKEA. You've heard of the company called IKEA? Well, they decided 2,052 employees of IKEA decided to break a record, and this was in Sweden. So I guess that would be, I don't know if that's the Guinness Book, but it is. They say it's a world's largest pajama party. So you have to come to work in your pajamas to be a part of it. 2,052 workers showed up in their pajamas to set the record. And there's even a little picture. Now, the funny thing is, I guess they all got, I think what they did is they all bought them pajamas because they wanted to make sure. Because when you're thinking pajamas, that could be a lot of different things. But if you can see that, they're all wearing the same color except for one person. And, of course, the mascot there. But you can see that's a lot of people, and they've all got the same kind on. But I was thinking, I don't think that I would really care to get involved with a pajama party. I just don't think that's me. What about you, Rob? Would you wear pajamas to work to set a record?
No.
I'm not doing it.
I don't believe in wearing pajamas and think that's a sin, and I don't wear them.
Well, then you couldn't definitely come and help break. Well, first of all, we couldn't be counted in the number, and then there would be other problems and issues going on. And I want to know. Well, there's one lady here. Or there's two ladies, or two ladies that are not in their pajamas, but they're out there taking the picture. I don't understand that. Well, maybe they are, but they decided maybe they didn't wear their company issued pajamas. I don't know, because they all look exactly the same except for, let's see, three ladies, no, two ladies and a gentleman. But they look like they may have pajamas on, but they came different. They had to be the different one. I don't know. That's a lot of people. I mean, that line goes way back. Pajamas. Did you ever do pajama day at school, Rob?
I told you that's a sin. I don't believe in wearing them things. It's a sin. You don't wear pajamas. What the heck? When you wear pajamas.
When you were a little boy in school, you wasn't thinking that pajamas was a sin. I bet you put on the onesie pajama that had Hulk Hogan on the front or something.
Look, I wore underoos. I did not wear pajamas. You remember underoos? Those sure were fun drawers.
I do remember.
I wish they made underoos for adults. I'd still wear them.
So what'd you do on pajama day?
I didn't wear pajamas. I wore shorts and a t-shirt.
You know what's funny is I'm so elderly. I don't even remember. I don't think we ever had pajama day. I don't think that was ever a thing when I was in school. They didn't have those days.
Oh.
I will say, and Tarman will remember this. I don't know if Paul might. You might. But remember the fundraisers that they used to do where all the management to dress up the men as women and the women as men. And they came around with their pocketbooks, having you put money down in their pocketbook to raise money for whatever it was. I don't know if it was United Way or Relay for Life or whatever it was. But do you remember? Well, they may not have worked in the pajamas, but they showed up in pajamas, man. I'm still not doing it. I'm not doing it. But do you remember when they dressed up as females and walked around the plant holding their purses?
Some scary-looking men. There was some scary-looking supervisors and men that worked in that plant be going around dressed up like women. Ain't no way.
There was a maintenance guy. I don't remember his name. I wouldn't say it anyway if I did. There was a maintenance guy. The last time I remember him do that, he really got into this. I mean, really got into this. And he came in his dress was so short that there was some concern among management when they saw him. I mean, he really got into it. And they asked him delicately, I don't know how delicately you do it. They said, just tell us that you're wearing some kind of underwear. Because if you try to sit down or bend over, we're in a whole lot of trouble here, brother. There were some people that got, and Tarman says he remembers it. There were some people that, I mean, because most of them were wearing like long grandma dresses and stuff, except for one manager. I remember he came in, he looked like Sinead O'Connor. But this maintenance guy came in, and I'm telling you, there wasn't much mystery there. I'll just say that. And they hurried up and got the thing over with because they couldn't say much because they gave no ground rules.
Right.
So they couldn't tell him you got to go change because they didn't really have any way to say you did something wrong. Well, but because it was a special event, they just went around and hurried up and got the money and then told him it's over. Everybody change. And most of them didn't want to be out there anyway like that. I think they were made to do it. And but I remember that. Oh my goodness, that was shocking.
Hey, check that private chat on the side there, Dave. Was that a certain maintenance person that worked over in our department over there? While you're on that subject, I don't want to call no names, huh?
He was not from our department.
Okay, then I don't know who it was. Thank goodness.
Straight maintenance. straight maintenance.
Okay. I was thinking either it was the tall one or the short one. If it was the tall one, that would have been absolutely even funnier. You remember who our tall maintenance person was when I was there? Wrapped my rollers and everything on the geotape.
I don't know. I don't know what you mean by tall. I mean, to you, tall is 5'10". I don't know what you're talking about here, man. Tall. I don't remember like no 6'4".
I said I'm on the tall side of short. I'm 5'10". I'm average in height. You're 6'4". You're 6 inches taller than me, right? Are you 6'4"? Oh, you're 6'2", right?
No, I'm about 6'1".
So you ain't but 3 inches taller than me. I don't know where you're giggling and laughing about.
I've shrunk a quarter of an inch over getting elderly, but I'm about 6'1".
So you're 6'1". I remember one young boy.
Wow. Wow.
Stay down, bro.
All right. Okay, yeah, he's muted himself. He's got a phone call. All right, let's go to story number 3. One of them is quite disturbing. I'm trying to think. Let me find this other one here. To me, it's disturbing. Let's see here. That's not it. Here we go. Ohio. This has nothing to do with animals. Ohio. You had to take the machine apart. I don't know if I don't know. Maybe I heard about that. I don't quite remember. Okay, in Ohio regulators, this is from the AP. I'm sure there's a lot of backstory to this, but it is what it is. But marijuana sellers can't give out food from ice cream truck. They said they got a massive fine. Handing out food and drinks from an ice cream truck is off limits for marijuana businesses in Ohio, according to state regulators. So is an online promotion saying, "Can you take me higher?" Ohio's Division of Cannabis Control. There's your title. What do you do for a living, sir? Well, I'm in the Office of Cannabis Control. They have proposed fines totaling $212,000 against 5 businesses for violating the state's advertising rules for marijuana sellers. This was according to the Akron Beacon Journal. Most of the fines involved promotions this summer ahead of an August beginning of recreational marijuana sales in the state. Some of the violations involved using signs that were too large or not approved by the state. The largest proposed fine was $150,000, was issued to Greenleaf Apothecaries, I think that's how you say it, which operates dispensaries in Akron, Canton, Cleveland, Columbus, and Wickliffe. State regulators said the violations were related to giving out food and beverages from an ice cream truck, advertising free ice cream on social media, and using a sign that was not attached to the dispensary. Greenleaf said in a statement that it takes the rules very seriously and hopes to reach a resolution with the state. Now, that's all in the article. It's obvious, I believe, that they were trying to skirt some rules here, if they've proved that that's what they did, to get people to come to theirs more. You know, it's always about marketing, right? It's always about getting people coming your way. It's like the flashing light kind of thing. So they decided, hey, we got a great idea. Let's give out some free ice cream and some drinks and stuff, and we'll make a really big sign, and we'll say we're giving out free ice cream. And they got themselves in some trouble. You know what? Regardless of what you think about all this, I don't care for it at all. When you start operating stuff like this, there's going to be those that do whatever they want to do. In Georgia, that's not been totally voted in. or, they've done some things about the medical part, but not the other. But I can tell you that a state senator told me for all his years in office, that was the more calls came in more than any other issue, all the other issues totaled together, more calls came in about them people wanting to be a seller, a grower and a seller in the state. Can't do it. Not yet. Can't do it. But yeah, you got to read the rule book. So you can't do that. I did not know that Ohio had legalized that. I didn't know that. But I don't go to Ohio much. I've been in Ohio a few times, but I don't. I try to keep up with stuff. But this has become wide open in the state. The states have taken it up in different ways. And so I don't know, how far that goes or what states do. Obviously, California and others, but I may wait for this other one for Rob gets back. Quite creepy, I think. Quite creepy. It is not. It is creepy. It is creepy. Well, we are at Wednesday, and we're headed towards another sports Saturday and Sunday, and NFL I think kicks off this week on Thursday, and awesome, getting some news there. Thank you, Tire Man. Well, Robert, it removes me and puts himself, and then removes himself and puts me. Interesting. Okay, Rob is back. Rob is not there. Is Rob okay? There we go.
I had to get my solo time here,
Your solitary time?
Yeah.
Kind of meditate?
Yeah, I had to meditate for just a second. So, yeah. So, it's a good thing we have Tuesday nights off because I now have an engagement on Tuesday.
Well, sometimes I do some Tuesday stuff. I did in the morning, but I don't know if I will at night. But I'm glad to hear that. Awesome. But yeah, you're off, and go fill up the speaker circuit, as they say.
Yes, I can go do that. All right, let me get caught back up. What are you against? You said I'm against it there, Tire Man. Are you talking about a wall or something, or against the car?
Cannabis selling.
Huh?
The selling of cannabis. Dispensaries and the like.
Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb here.
Oh Lord, he's on the limb. We got to call him back. He's on the limb.
That's right. Now, just as a thunk and just as a thought.
A thunk?
If cannabis is used medically, there are certain conditions that it definitely can help certain people with. I'm not talking about glaucoma, but a lot of times, people that are epileptic, it will help. And it, I'm just saying, that's been proven. Now, I don't think it's necessarily the part of it that gets you high that helps, and that's why I don't do it. That and it's illegal. I could probably get the gummies, but I don't even want to do that. I don't, so. But if it helps somebody, it's something that occurs naturally, and it can help somebody. I've got no problem with them using it medically. I don't think that we should be selling it and rolling. But you know what? If they're going to do it, they need to roll them up like cigarettes and tax the snot out of them and apply it all to the national debt. Just saying. It's got to be safer than alcohol. Shoot. Everybody I've seen that was a stoner, I mean, they get stoned, look for something to eat, sit on the couch and watch TV. They didn't get out and run the roads. So that requires some motivation for that, does it not, Dave?
What's that?
I said, I think marijuana would be safer than alcohol because everybody that I've seen that like to indulge in that would sit around, get stoned, and eat nachos and watch TV and giggle and laugh at it. They didn't have the motivation to get up and go get in the car. Whereas somebody been drinking, get up, get the car, go out and run the roads drunk. I don't know. Roll them up, tax them, apply all the tax money to the national debt. Just saying. Everybody has their own opinion on that. You're allowed to have a different opinion than me, and I'm allowed to have a different opinion than you. And you're sitting there glaring at me. Quit it.
I'm just listening. I'm just listening.
Yeah.
Robert's on his platform, and I'm just listening.
I did.
Being a good co. I didn't say soapbox. I said platform. Okay. And I'm just listening as a good co-host, not interrupting you.
Okay. Now, what do you think about my opinion? I'm asking you.
Oh, I don't really want to go down that road.
You don't like my opinion.
No, it's not that. I don't want to pick it apart, but there's a lot of people all over the place in this, and whatever I say or you say, you're going to make somebody mad. That's fine. You have your own opinion. I just don't want to sound like I'm picking at you.
Yeah.
I would just say it's. I've heard those arguments a lot. I don't think. Without getting into the weeds, no pun intended. Not talking. The whole idea of medical. That's not even where I come from. The taxes, not where I'm coming from. In fact, I really get. It's me. Every time we went on a vote on a sin tax, and that's what they're called. Your taxes on cigarettes and booze is a sin tax, and they tax it heavily. Mm-hmm. I hear this argument, well, if you're going to do it, we're going to make you pay for it, and we're going to tax it. We apply that money to health care or whatever, but there's a lot of hypocrisy and all that. But so it is a sin tax. And why is it a sin tax? Well, they consider that to be sinful. It's considered to be sinful. That's why it's called a sin tax. It's things that, it's not good for you, smoking, drinking, whatever. But a lot of people go there about the tax. I mean, I've heard it in my area. I've always heard it. And here's what I'm going to say about it. Here's what I'm going to say about it. Two things. One is you can't ride that argument continually. And I'll come back to why in just a minute. Because I like to project out. And people always say, oh, that'll never happen. And I'm like, yeah, okay, buddy. Secondly, when you use the argument that it's better than alcohol, that's not true. Totally. Alcohol's horrible. I've heard that. People get hungry, they're laughing and giggling. That's the short-sighted part of it. Okay, and I hear that a lot. It's much deeper than that. It goes a lot further than that. And the third is, like I said, when you apply, when you start going down that road and you start allowing some of that in your state, you just open yourself up for a lot of problems. And it has had its problems. And because you're dealing with people that, they're going to push the envelope. And so it just causes problems. So I don't think in conservative areas that you will see that passed. But the problem is that, that may be driven by, in our state, Atlanta. So let me just give you a couple of bullet points on that, what I'm talking about. So people always say that I'm exaggerating the issue when I say this, but I've always heard that, well, we're going to tax it and we're going to make this money. And if we don't, we're just throwing money away. And my point is what are you going to tax next? What sin are you going to go after? I mean, because when you've already used up all the money, because it's always more.
Yeah, there's always something else they
taxes.
got to spend money on, and it
So
very
so
rarely do the
what
taxes go where they're supposed to.
so what's next after they've thieved the money off of this? Is it prostitution? Okay, you got people that say, well, they ought to be able to do that. Let's do it. Let's let them sell their body. They have to register, and we'll make taxes off of that. Where does it stop? How far are people
Sure.
willing to go for the sake of more money? There's, this becomes a moral issue. Do we sell our soul, so to speak? So anyway, there's a lot of people who disagree with me, and that's fine.
And
That is absolutely fine. But
theoretically, this could go so far to where, well, if you don't agree with my interpretation of what the Bible says, you're wrong. You're committing a sin. We ought to tax that. I mean, theoretically, it could go that far.
well, there's a lot of people who'd like to do more than that, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's probably projecting way in the future. I probably won't be around to see any of it. But what are we leaving for our grandkids, and what's going to be accepted? What's going to be accepted in the future? Because once you have there has to be a point of no return. When you tax something so heavy, people are not. They're just going to go illegal. They're not going to buy the government tax thing anymore. It'll just all be black market. It's going to go back to that, and that'll be where your market goes. And number two, or whichever one I said, I'll just secondly in my response, when you say that marijuana is not as bad as alcohol, and alcohol is bad, absolutely destroys. People become alcoholics. They drive drunk and all that stuff. Okay, and people say, "Well, I don't." Well, somebody said I can't have my 2 glasses of wine. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it can be trouble, and all you got to do is read the news every week and see all the people that you get in trouble with it. But marijuana is a gateway. And not only is it a gateway, but marijuana is also used. I know you can say, well, these are people that are selling it and it's going to be done right and everything. But marijuana is, so maybe you do get away from the street stuff that's laced with PCP or whatever it is. And there's 100 things they can lace it with. But it is a gateway. And for some people, they can't stop with the marijuana. Next thing they get to cocaine, or they get to methamphetamine, or they get to a fentanyl or whatever. It for many, that is a gateway. And they will tell you that they started that way. Number two, it's a health issue, just like alcohol. Marijuana is, if you're very young, it can do damage to your development as a young person growing up. And a lot of people nowadays, kids are being influenced by this and being given access to it at younger and younger ages because they're living in sad situations. And so, what damage are you doing there? If you go, I mean, look at some of the we would call them whack jobs that have done killings in America. They've been on the national stage, and look at their history and look where they ended up and what they're on. I'm not going to go there tonight, but you could see that. So I get that point. I'm just saying that it doesn't take in the full story. So I listen, the voters are going to vote.
Yep.
And the voters will say.
It'll be decided, and then it'll go from there. And everybody has the right to vote. So
they have a vote. But let me say this. I'm going to say this, and I don't care who gets mad on the political side. If anybody thinks that those legislators, senators, whoever down at your state capitol, the ones that get up there and plead for their bill to pass, and they're using children and the use of the medical cannabis and all that, or the oils, or if you think that they really care, they don't care. It's all about getting more money into, or getting a bill passed, or getting more money. That's what now there are some that were pressured into voting for it in Georgia because of that. Anyway, I just think it's a dangerous ground.
And see, to me, let's get off politics.
That's horrible. Sorry, man. I hate to hear that.
It is, and I hate to hear that. All right, let's get off politics. And then you said something the other day.
It's not politics. It's not politics. I'm just saying that those that say they care about you, do they really care about you, or do they just after money? I think that's something you have to take into effect.
But we got to address this. Don't make me get Marty Feldman eyeball out. There it is. Have you ever seen Young Frankenstein? Please tell me you've seen Young Frankenstein.
I have not. I've seen little parts of it.
Young Frankenstein is quite possibly one of the best movies ever made. It's a classic, and you haven't seen Young Frankenstein? I'm sorry, Frankenstein?
Well, I've never seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show either, but that doesn't mean I want to see it.
Okay. Well, you're safe watching Young Frankenstein. Okay? It's a Mel Brooks movie.
Just because I'm safe, that doesn't mean I want to see it.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing.
It's not my kind of comedy.
Anyway, but you were on me the other day about my pronunciation of Indian names, and I was talking about Chickamauga Lake and Hiawassee River, and you said I'd already blown it. Well, what did I blow on that? Which one did I blow it on? Chickamauga or Hiawassee? Yeah.
The first one you said.
Chickamauga?
Yeah.
Chickamauga.
Yeah, you didn't say. See, you didn't say it right.
Okay, well, I said it right that time, but that is the Indian pronunciation of it.
So is that the name or not? You said you had no trouble.
Well, I'm not going to call it Chickamauga. I'm going to call it Chickamauga. It's the Battle of Chickamauga, right? It wasn't the Battle of Chickamauga.
1 second.
I'm just saying.
Sorry,
and Hiawassee, that's a. I got that one right. I know down here we got the Collamoki Mounds. We know how to say that. I'm just saying.
Well, we're taking your word. We're taking your word for that. I don't know if that's how that's pronounced.
Why not?
It sounded like you were saying a Cola-Wookie, like something out of Star Wars or something.
Not Cola-Wookie. Collamoki. Collamoki. My goodness. Cola-Wookie. That sounds like Coca-Cola's trying to make an ad for Star Wars. Drink Cola-Wookie. It'll leave some fur on your tongue.
I would love to go visit an Indian tribe with you. This would be great. And I would love to take you up to the chief, and I would like to impress him with your ability to pronounce Indian names and just say, okay, chief.
I would love to do it. I would do it. Even if I got every name wrong, I might even get every name wrong on purpose because it would be absolutely amazing. Oh, Paleface. Yes, chief. Chief of the Sticky Feet tribe. That's Sticky Fuki. All right.
You see why I can't go anywhere with this guy? Not only is he going to do it wrong, he's going to be offensive, paleface. Like they just speak like that. I mean, come on. That's Hollywood, dude. I can't go. I would be embarrassed to be with you out there.
Dude, it would be amazing. We'd go up to the chief. You say, excuse me, chief, running bear or whatever his name is. Would you please tell my friend here how to correctly pronounce Chickamauga? And I would look at you and go, hush, paleface, it's Chickamauga. I'd do it just to see what he'd say.
There's no doubt you would do it. There's no doubt that you would do it. I just wouldn't want to see you do it.
It's illegal for him to scalp us now.
Boy.
Nobody's allowed to scalp people anymore. What? Any of our Indian listeners out there, let me say, anything I say is in jest. And if I've offended you, I apologize. But really, what kind of scalp are you going to get off me anyway? Now, Dave's got a lot of hair.
Well, some. It's falling out, but I've got some.
Yeah.
It's receding and falling out and turning gray. Receding
now look,
hairline.
Water recedes. It makes the waterline be a little bit further out. So if your hair's receding, does that mean you have hey, that's what you call a bunch of rabbits marching backwards. A receding hairline.
I told you he's going to be off the chain tonight. Can we get out of the ditch and back on the road? I mean, I feel like we just went.
I'm sorry, dude. When I was away, I had a moment. Now my brain's in overdrive.
I'm surprised that all of our numbers ain't went to zero.
My wife is probably in there dying laughing because she has to put up with this every time I have a moment like that, and my brain like goes into overdrive, and it's like a stutter, and it's like I can't stop.
So you're saying you're misfiring right now?
I'm misfiring. Like crazy. I was really misfiring earlier, and now I'm like, you want to see that again? This is the time when normally if you were ever going to get me to dress up in pajamas to go to work, right now is the time I'd do it.
Right now is the time.
Huh?
So if you were going to go to work and dress in pajamas, what Marvel character would you dress up as?
Oh, that's a good question, Dave. If I went all the way back to my childhood, I'd say Spider-Man, but I couldn't be the web slinger anymore because I'm short and fat. So I'd probably have to be the short and fat one. Who was that? I can't say his name. The Thing. Yeah, Thing.
Is that the one whose knuckles dragged the ground?
The Thing? No, not Swamp Thing.
Oh.
The Thing from the Fantastic Four.
Okay, I remember.
What'd you think I said? Swamp Thing?
No, I just had this image pop in of you going to school, your knuckles dragging the ground.
Dude, they can't.
I think I've seen you.
School. Huh? There couldn't nobody around here go to school with their knuckles dragging the ground if they put that monkey farm in, because they'll shoot them because they'll think they've escaped.
Oh man, I wonder how much noise that thing would make.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. It would seem like the facility would be built behind walls or inside an indoor facility.
Well, you would think, because I mean, but even inside, I mean, could some of those sounds escape? Wow. Just a thought.
About
smells, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, them things throw poo. That's like a sport for them.
That would be your Indian name.
He who throws poo.
that would be your Indian name, dude.
He who throws poo. You see, I could. There's a part of me that can understand why monkeys throw poo. Okay? Let me ask you this.
This ought to be good.
I'm just throwing this out
Maybe
there.
Not.
You're going to like this. How many times have you been driving down the road and someone pull out in a car right in front of you, make you just slam on brakes, and you cannot say, or you don't want to say those words that want to come out of your mouth? All right? And they do it, and they don't acknowledge you or nothing. They just pull right out in front of you. There ain't nobody behind you. You're going at a high rate of speed. How satisfying would it be as you drive by if you go, poo?
Believe it or not, on the way home today, I almost got hit. Yeah. I almost got hit. I was the car came flying up at one of those. We was talking this morning about yielding in. I had the green light. I'm going, and they almost ran right to the side of me. They had to turn their car to look over, and I didn't throw poo. I said, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, but if you were a monkey, you could have thrown poo. I understand why they're throwing poo. I've got this. It makes perfect sense. They don't bring you enough food, and you're still hungry, and they don't bring you seconds. Throw poo at them. That's what monkeys do.
So let me understand this. So you're saying now, in this world that you're describing, this utopia, the Robert utopia, that there's going to be a bunch of monkeys and orangutans and everything driving cars around, or they're passengers like Clyde was, and they're just throwing poo? I mean, is that what you're saying?
How cool would it have been if Clyde threw poo? You have to admit, there would have been some moments in that movie where if he threw poo, it would have been hilarious.
Well, it would have been. What was they called? The Black Widows or something like that?
Yeah.
Trying to be
yeah.
trying to be tough.
They went to his mom's house.
Well, she pulled out the shotgun.
This old lady sitting there all by herself and all alone, and the doctors are riding around, tearing the porch down. She comes out in a big old double barrel, starts lighting them up. Yep. Yes,
I think that's all of us sometimes.
Probably, Charman, what you've got there is probably the right way to go, rather than throwing poo. But
so today, when this happened, and I mean it was close. I mean they came out on me. There's two things about this situation. Number one thing, well, not the number one. The second thing I noticed about this was it was a Tennessee tag. I'm Georgia, they were Tennessee. So that was the number two thing. What do you think was the number one thing I noticed as this car almost drove into the side of my van today? I'll give you one guess. We were just talking about that. Well, my wife is over here blowing me kisses, so good night. So good night.
Good night, Lynn.
He said good night.
Dude, hey, look, it's Sugar Britches.
He made it. Way to go, Daniel. By the way, we are 2 days away from hopefully, the world premiere
of Sugar Britches on here. And I'm going to get with you. I had some stuff come up today, Daniel. I will get with you tomorrow. Let me know what time will be a good time to send me a text, and we'll get it figured out, dude. We'll get you on here Friday night. The
hardest working man in Chatsworth.
In Chatsworth, yes. And it'll be amazing. You keep David straight. Daniel, in case you're wondering, it's Hump Day news tonight, and we're on here just talking. We're talking about how great it would be if we could throw poo like monkeys.
I don't think it'd be cool if I threw it. I mean, if a monkey threw it, that's one thing. But he agrees. Like, okay, yeah, let's go. I think he's ready to jump. I just don't think he's ready to jump in the car. Will you now go? I don't think he's
necessarily agreeing with what about throwing poo. But I'm just saying there could be. Look, no, I'm gonna get off the Daniel. Awesome.
He's all in. Sign him up.
So Daniel, who would be the first person you would throw poo at if you had the opportunity, or if you could?
Monkey and cat.
I can. I know it'd be political. I can't tell you who I would throw poo at.
Yeah, I don't do that. But I want to change the subject just for a minute because I don't want to. Okay. I don't want to miss this tonight. This was too good, folks. Today was groundbreaking. I mean, groundbreaking. It's the first time in all the years I've known Robert that he was running his mouth, and I didn't have to listen to him. The first time. I pulled up his video, and his mouth's just moving away, and there's no sound. I said, "Yeah,
dude, that's happened before."
No, it did, but you did. You caught it. I didn't see it.
Yeah. Oh, I love that video. Originally, this time either. Miss Madison caught it. Had called me. And then you called me before I got it fixed. So I did my whole ARA. It's Hump Day. We feature a dog on Wednesdays, and I did the whole thing out and got it posted and got it done. Job well done. Go to fix me something to eat and get started eating my lunch. No sound. I forgot to turn my mic on again.
He's just a talking away. He's all into the animal rescue.
Spent all that
Head
time.
of the day. It looked like he was singing
Yeah.
a song.
Pippa.
I was like, did I have myself muted? I was like checking. I said, oh, there is no sound. And it wasn't laryngitis.
He loved that. It was Pippa today.
Pippa! Royalty.
See that face right there. Yeah. 9-month-old. There she is. And she's pretty.
She got better ears than you do. I love those
Better
ears.
what? Yes.
Better ears.
Well, she probably hear better too.
Well, yeah, you're getting older. She's a pup.
Yeah.
By the way, Tire Man.
You got no sound?
Yeah, I bet he's seen that. Tar Man, did you know that we have a person in North Georgia, not North Central, but North Georgia, who chases after Bigfoot? Did you know that? It was an amazing revelation to me that we have someone that actively does that in the North Georgia area.
Oh,
that is searching
for
that is searching for Bigfoot actively around Pigeon Mountain and believes he has saw Bigfoot. He's caught so much flack about this, he had to come on and give a disclaimer for the haters who have I guess just really gave him a hard time.
What? Look, if the man thinks he saw Bigfoot, then he thinks he saw Bigfoot. If he wants to run around Pigeon Mountain chasing after Bigfoot, let him run around Pigeon Mountain chasing after Bigfoot. He's having fun doing what he wants to do. Leave the guy alone. Y'all don't be hating on him.
Well, somebody said with all the people that get up and around Pigeon Mountain and all them different mountains and stuff, how come nobody else has seen him? Well, he had a perfect answer. He said that these are higher level intelligent beings and they don't know, or they know how to keep you from seeing them, which did not explain why this individual saw this higher level supposed creature that's not let any of the other thousands that's been around, thousands and thousands and thousands, how they have not seen him, but he did. I'm not saying he's not high level intelligent, but I'm saying,
well, look,
I'm just saying, I think there's some problems there.
Okay, I really.
He knows 4 that do it regularly. 4.
All right. I'm
in
going to
our
say
area.
This. I don't believe in Bigfoot. I try to keep an open mind about it. I try to respect other people's opinions about it, which I do. I am a member of the North Florida Bigfoot group. All right. And I may have them on here sometime because that's right here in my backyard. But there's some things, and I'll bring this up to them. All right, number one, this is a higher primate. It would be like an ape. Okay, have to be. All right, and it highly intelligent. Okay, I'll give you that. Highly intelligent. But then how come every picture you get of them is so blurry that you can't hardly make it out? Why is every piece of video you get of them so blurry you can't hardly make it out? Why is, they've got the whole tree knocking. They got the whole thing where they tip them over and all that. If they're so intelligent, why are they tipping the trees over and doing tree knocking? Why ain't they going, hey, Bubba, come here, look at this? Or they're doing whistles or something. Yeah, there's caves and everything around that they could hide in. But we haven't found a place where they're buried or a bone or a skeleton. Crap, man, we got dinosaur bones from a few years ago that still show up, I'm just saying, Right? There's a lot of downside to this. Could it be? I'll tell you the only bit of credence I give to it. You ready for this, Dave?
I'm ready.
The only reason why I give any credence to it at all is because the Indians put them on their totem pole. Indians weren't known for telling no lies. Just throwing that out there.
They did. They did what?
They put them on their totem poles. The skunk ape, Sasquatch. Yeah. Some of the ones down in this area, yes, the Seminoles, stuff like that, they put them on their totem poles. They had him on their totem poles.
But with him, there's just one, like there's not many. And how do you know that, Jack? That's Bigfoot?
Well, who else would it be?
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard you
They
say.
had
I'm
their
sorry,
own
Rob.
name,
I love it.
Sasquatch. You know? You tried this before. What was it? We was talking about some monkeys then. Remember?
I didn't say they didn't have a name for something. I'm saying you're saying they put Bigfoot on their totem pole.
Yeah.
Now, first you were expert at Indian names, pronunciation of Indian names. Now you're an expert on totem poles.
I didn't say I was an expert on totem poles.
Well, you're acting like it.
I'm just
You
saying.
said-
I said they put him on the totem poles.
All right, folks. Do y'all believe in Bigfoot? I do not.
How do you spell totem pole? Yes.
You're killing me tonight.
My brain is going, dude. I'm sorry. It is going hard. And you're poking the bear, and the bear's like, and I'm trying to.
I'm trying to be nice, but you keep coming out with all this stuff.
Dude, my brain's going. I'm telling you.
Oh, you're killing me,
Got
man.
this.
You are
Got
killing
this.
me. Oh, my goodness.
What?
Oh, man. I told you Wednesdays is crazy, man. You're off the chain. A couple of different guys, according to Tarman, say Bigfoot lived in the bottoms of the mountains in the east. The bottoms of the mountains in the east. Would that be north, central, or southeast mountains? Tarman. The bottoms of the mountain. By the way, do you know there's a fall line? You talk about the gnat line. You know there's a fall line in Georgia?
What? No.
Yeah.
Okay. Look.
That's where you get all your waterfalls.
That's bad. That's bad. Now you go really get me fired up. I'm already fired up, but you go start telling jokes like that, it's really gonna get me fired up. You know.
I'm not joking. Look it up. There's a fall line. Not fall as in winter.
That's where the water comes from.
No, waterfalls.
Waterfalls come from. Okay.
Southern eastern mountains, he says.
Southern eastern.
There is no Bigfoot. I don't say it. I'm going to make people mad. There is no Bigfoot. There's some people with big feet, and I don't like feet. Stinky big old feet, but there's no Bigfoot.
Okay. Here you go, Dave. Well, these are just statues of Bigfoot that they've made. And these are carved. Just saying.
This has nothing to do with what you just said, man. You cannot bail yourself out on this. You blowed it. You fell, and you can't pick yourself up.
Here, look at all these. Look at this one. This one's amazing. See how tall Bigfoot is? It's probably an Indian that carved that.
But that's a carving, Rob. It's a wood. It's a carving.
Oh, they got pictures of totem poles too.
Is that not wood?
What just happened?
No, you're wandering through time and place.
Oh, look at this. That's a statue. There's a totem pole. Well, maybe just be a carving. I don't know.
Give it up, dude.
Dude, they've got them. I'm telling you.
Real. You've got the real ones. You've got a real. They've got a real Bigfoot. No, they don't.
They've got real totem poles.
I didn't say they didn't, but that's not Bigfoot.
Well, what do you think it is?
It's a piece of wood that they carved. That's what it is.
Oh, see, there's Bigfoot at the bottom of that one.
No, it's not. It's a carving.
Sure, it's a Bigfoot.
What are you saying? It's petrified Bigfoot? No, it's just a carving, dude.
Well, yeah, it's a carving of Bigfoot.
What they think a creature might look like. That's not. So big. Okay. Here you go, Rob. Let's have some logic here. I don't know if it's possible on Wednesday night, but let's have a little bit of logic. So you're telling me that Bigfoot creature came down, and you have to throw that up right as I say Bigfoot creature. So the Bigfoot.
You talking about my wife again? You're dead meat now, big boy.
You throw that up right as I say Bigfoot creature. You did that on purpose.
Oh, I wish I did.
So you're saying, I just want Bigfoot came down and sat on a log and smoked a camel while they carved his face. So he, because you can't just see it. You always said it's blurry. They never get a good look at him. But suddenly they've got this expert carving that took a long time to do of a Bigfoot on a totem.
Yes.
Come on, man. That don't even make sense.
He sat on a hickory stump. He sat on a hickory stump. Said, "Boy, let me tell you what. I guess you didn't know it, but I've got a Bigfoot here. And if you take a dare, I'll let you carve a statue of me."
Bigfoot came down to Georgia.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened. That makes as much sense as anything else, dude. I myself personally think when the young braves were going off and doing their test of bravery and manhood and stuff like that, I think the old witch doctor or medicine man or whatever got really stoked up on some of that rabbit weed.
Witch doctor.
Went out there dressed up and had on these big sandals and left big footprints behind. And had this mask that he put on, just scared the snot out of them. I think that's where it came from. We
have no evidence whatsoever that there's a Bigfoot, other than these lunacy videos that they take supposedly while the creature slowly makes its way across the wood line. They don't ever get close, never engage. There's no DNA. There's no carcasses. As you said, there's no burial grounds. There's nothing. There is no Bigfoot.
You're not helping me encourage the Bigfoot community to come on our paranormal show.
We always said we didn't believe in it. They could come on. We'd let them have their say.
I think Cook was running around barefooted.
Point, counterpoint. We could say, here's your point. Here's our point. There is no Bigfoot.
I think it was Cook running around barefooted.
I'm going to go to the Green Eyes Festival, and I'm going to find out if there's people that really believe in Green Eyes. And nobody's ever seen Green Eyes either.
And I still say we need to get Cook a gorilla suit and just cut the feet out of it and let him go. It'd be amazing, dude. Can you imagine?
You know what? This is how crazy the world is today. We could do this. We could do it. I wouldn't be a part of it, but I'm just saying we could. We could take Cook out in the woods, and we could it'd be like the Blair Witch Project. We could make it a little bit dark, a little bit light, and we could have Cook off in the distance, us trompsing through the woods, hollering and making all kind of crazy sounds, and we see the footprints first. Then we run into him, and he scares us, and we're running for our lives. If we recorded that, we'd have 100 million views on every social stream about this. And the haters would roll out. But not only the haters would roll out, but all the people that believed. We would drive tourism in whatever area we did that for 20 years. They'd rename roads after it because people want to believe that.
Yeah. You got to give me 1 second. You keep the fire burning.
Keep the fire burning. I like that one. Oh, my. Yeah. Oh, my, Cook. Oh, do y'all believe in Bigfoot? I don't. I'm not putting down anybody. I just don't believe it. Oh, my goodness. I guess you can convince yourself of anything. And for the people that go and look, they're not hurting anybody, and they're having a whole lot of fun out with nature. And, there's something to be said for that. It's like a hobby. There's some people got some crazy hobbies, but I just think a lot of these people are out to create something that they can market on social media nowadays. I think they know that people really there's a lot of people that really want to believe in it. So what did P.T. Barnum say? There's somebody going to believe. There's somebody out there, no matter how crazy it is. I mean, there's still people that believe in the Loch Ness Monster. There's people that believe in Swamp Thing or what. I mean, there's people believe in all that. And they really believe it.
Chupacabra, Dave. What about the chupacabra?
What's that?
The Mexican goat sucker.
Did you just make that up? You're so nuts, man. That sounds like something you just made up.
No, I didn't.
My God.
I don't know how to spell that. There it is. You can Google search chupacabra.
Oh, that makes it real. The
name
Google search
comes from the Spanish words chupar, to suck, and cabra, goat. It's the Mexican goat sucker. It is a legendary creature or cryptid in the folklore of parts of Americas. It comes from the Animals Report. Animals reported vampirism. The chupacabra is said to attack and drink the blood of livestock, including goats. The chupacabra, Dave. What about the chupacabra?
This is right up here with the pink hippo blood sweat or whatever that was. My gosh.
Did you just make that up? No.
You made it up.
I did not. It's right.
By the way, that's what they call themselves. They're searching for cryptids. Well, that just takes in everything. I mean, you can make up a name. I could make up a name, and I could start a legend and a lore today. I could say there's a creature walking around the South Georgia called the Robert Man. I mean, I don't know. I could do that, and all of a sudden, I mean, anybody could come up with that. I mean, come on, Wikipedia.
Yeah, I didn't make it up. I didn't make it up. Anybody can come up with it, but it's on Wikipedia. Look it up. It's the chupacabra, Dave. See, chupacabra. It's a real cryptid. It doesn't mean it's a real thing. It's a real imaginary creature, Dave.
I don't even know if you're pronouncing that right. You don't know if you're pronouncing that right. The
chupacabra.
Chupacabra.
Yeah. Literally goat sucker. And it's from Spanish. So it's a Mexican goat sucker.
No, you said it comes on Thursday.
Today's Wednesday.
I know, tomorrow.
Did I have a box come in?
Yeah. So
let's see.
Yes,
Nope.
I am probably mispronouncing it, but it's chupacabra. Everybody's heard of the chupacabra. I can't believe you hadn't even heard of the chupacabra. I bet Cook's heard of the chupacabra.
No.
See, Tire Man's talked about it. He's heard Mexicans talk about. See there,
Co-
it's not just me.
Come on, Tar
Chupacabra,
Man. Come on, Tar Man.
chupacabra. He didn't say he believed in it. I didn't say I believed in it. I just said, what about him? I'm just saying. Say it with me, Dave. Chupacabra.
No. And don't get
Oh,
the screen like that. Don't look at me like that and get the screen like that when you say that. That's scary. On many levels, that's scary.
We can say it like Spanish Irish. El chupacabra.
Oh, look.
Oh, yeah. Now you're gonna get it. She just handed you your orange slip. You've had it now.
That's
Hey,
junk mail.
girl. How are you? She can't hear me.
Good.
Well, no, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Well, good. You can hear me. Well, I'm glad you're doing good. How you liking school being back in?
You like school? Yeah, she
Papa,
likes
I
school.
got my grades.
Okay, we'll look at them in a minute.
I had bad grades.
Okay.
You better not have bad grades. She says she has bad grades. I think she's messing with me.
No, my lowest grade is a 55 and then like a 66 and then like.
No, it better not be.
It is.
Better not be.
It's because my teachers just hand me quizzes and don't even teach it right.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, but we're busy talking about the chupacabra, that thing again right now.
Memory.
So, yeah. I bet you did hear a lot of different things when you was in Dalton. All right, but Dave, why do you be such a negative nanny? Come on.
Well, how's that being negative?
Now wait a minute. Here's the funny thing. You've got me I'm taking the wrong side of this. I got to be on the other side. I can't be on this side of it. You're going to have to be pro. You're going to. We try to cover everything from every angle we possibly can, but I absolutely don't believe in this stuff, and I'm trying to convince myself that I can make an argument for this stuff, and I can't. I can't do it, Dave. I can't do it. I'm trying.
I have to be here after I get out of school. Right?
Okay.
So it's going to be here.
Let's see. You got the Chupacabra, the Batman, the New Jersey Devil, whatever. You've got the Loch Ness Monster. You've got Yetis. You got Bigfoots. Would it be Big Feet instead of Bigfoots? Or Sasquatches? We'll call them Sasquatches. You've got all these different critters, these cryptids that are supposed to be out there. I just can't do it, Dave. Can't. I've tried. I don't believe.
I don't either.
About the only thing that might be out there, and I think there's a possibility that there is one creature that could exist. But it's a real creature, and it used to exist, and there's no reason why it couldn't exist, and that's a megalodon, which is the great white shark that used to be in the oceans. And the only reason why I say that it could exist is they have found another species of shark called the coelacanth that does exist still. They thought it was extinct, but it's been found in the same fossil beds as the megalodon. So I'm saying there's a chance. I'm not saying it does. I'm saying there's a chance. There you go. That's the only one that I believe might be around. If it lived in deep oceans, that'd be fine. It supports whales. I don't know why it would support a shark that size. Just saying. Throwing it out there. You don't think that a megalodon could exist?
I didn't say either way.
No, you're shaking your head, but that's just why I was seeking clarification.
I'm shaking my head at you.
Why? Look, I can't help it. It just all of them everything up there's firing right now. You're gonna make me cry if you don't believe me. Why can't? Okay, Let me try this again. Are you saying you don't believe in a chupacabra?
No, I don't believe in it.
What is a? I'm not going to try it.
Come on.
Rougarou? Rougarou. That sounds like a song, a dance, a rougarou. Roux. I know what a roux is. That's a base for a soup. Gar. I know what a gar is. That's a fish. Oh, that's what you say when you stub your toe in the middle of the night. So what we have here is a gar soup with a little bit of pain in it. I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
What? So I think personally that the Mexican goat sucker probably originated back with vampire bats, perhaps, which were a real thing, and they do exist, and they do drink blood. I think maybe it was a large one or something. It just confused the snot out of somebody, and then the chupacabra became the Mexican goat sucker. I could see where that could come about, and they've come up with all these drawings and stuff like that. People that has seen it.
I think if you drink enough tequila, you can believe in anything.
But then you'd be a Mexican cactus sucker.
And the Indians had all the access to all the natural stuff. You can believe in anything.
Oh,
Part man, part dog, part wolf. Oh, yeah, come on.
now, how can they tell which part is dog and which part is wolf? That's my question.
Now, Robert, let's hold right here. Let's just examine this. Let's be fair.
Okay.
Because as he's given descriptions here, I can't do it.
You can do it. You could do it, Dave. You could do it.
I'm just thinking as he gives these descriptions that there's a possibility that you might find something similar to that in some SEC football stadium.
Oh, Lord. Oh, that's painful. Oh.
Let's love it not. What, the young ones didn't want you to stay out at night?
I'm still stuck on that, Dave. That was harsh.
Is that
on the side, right?
No, I was thinking more Mississippi. Well, LSU. Those night games when they have those night games down in LSU. There's things that go on down there.
That what they be talking like this right here. Because they get the words out of because this part here is the dog or the wolf, and this right here. I got it. Man of a body, head like a wolf, and dog mixed. So, wait a minute. Well, they had a body of a man and a head like a wolf and dog mixed. So it'd have like a dog's mouth or a wolf's mouth.
And Lord help if they show up to ARA with this in tow, saying we found this on the side of the road.
I don't think we're going to have to worry about Madison taking those pictures with the tongue in, tongue out, tongue way out.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Madison, where are you when we need you? We need you in here for this part. Body of a man, head like a wolf and dog mixed. All right, now. We're going to get this thing adopted this week, Madison. Get us some pictures.
The pet of the week. Oh, man. We got an ARA special for you.
Oh, Lord, you've done killed me. Dave, I got to call her tomorrow and line up kitty cats for Saturday, and I'm going to have to bring this up. And she's going to come back on here. I guarantee you, She's gonna come back on here and say, "Why it got to be Madison do it? Why can't it be someone?"
Because she's able to get them to stick their tongue out. I just wonder what dog is mixed into this. I mean, is a collie or
Oh, yeah. Now that's it.
Doberman?
What? No, it's just French settlers started it years ago. I bet they were seeing alligators or something. Lucky I was blessed to never seen it. Well, now
As
wait.
as with all
Where do
these
you get
things we
those
talk about.
Huh? Oh, he probably heard the Cajuns. So the older Cajuns warned you to stay out of the swamp at night.
You have missed a lot, Paul.
Now wait a minute.
Who wants
Yes.
to be in the swamp at night is my question.
Yeah,
Who
the
wants to
skeeters.
be in the swamp in the daytime?
I would, but the skeeters are like pterodactyls. That's what people are seeing. It's them giant skeeters they got down there.
Ruby.
Rugu. That was the name of the little guy on the Mandalorian. Rogu. Roguro.
I thought she was going to say the little guy on Fantasy Island.
No, that was Tattoo. Keep playing, boss. Keep playing. Can't do it, Dave. But Rogu was the guy's the little guy. Alien guy. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Paul, just to wrap it up, just to kind of catch you up to speed here. Dave and I don't believe in Bigfoot or the Loch Ness monster, and we don't believe in. David don't believe in the chupacabra. I'm kind of holding out. He didn't even believe. He thought I just made chupacabra up, and it wasn't even a real word. But
it is made up. It's just a bunch of lore. It's made up. It's not real, so it is made up.
But I didn't make the lore up. You thought I just made that word up, throwed it out there like I did with the.
Well, it sounded like something you would make up.
It does. It does. It does. I agree. Why do you think I threw it out there? Paul, have you ever heard of a chupacabra?
He's had it at the Mexican restaurant.
He's heard of the Rougarou. He said it's like a werewolf. He's right,
That's what he orders when he goes, man. Are you kidding me?
I see. Yes, he's heard of the chupacabra.
But has he seen one? No.
No, nobody's seen one. They don't exist. It goes good with Oh, here we go. Oh, we done got way on out here tonight, y'all. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what else do we not believe in? We don't believe in the Loch Ness monster. That's that big.
We don't believe in that. What was that thing Madison talked about? The hellhounds or something with the horns and stuff. We don't believe in that either.
Oh no, that was the goat boy. The goat man. Goat man.
Yeah. Goat man.
Yeah, we don't believe that. What about Casper? I don't believe in Casper either. I know he's supposed to be a friendly ghost, and I have seen some pretty good video of him on TV a time or two. I think they made a movie about him, didn't they? So that was the best video of ghosts I've ever seen, or unicorns.
Does the unicorn have a unibrow?
Oh, dude. The only unicorn I believe in is Charlie the unicorn.
Charlie's a unicorn.
Yes. Oh, doing it. Mythical creatures. Oh, that would be interesting.
Mr. Ed.
Any kind of Mr. Ed? horses.
Well, we saw Mr. Ed though. He had a TV show.
Casper on TV too, but we don't believe in him.
No, we don't believe in Mr. Ed.
But you know,
Mr. Ed was a meat cutter up here, Ross.
at Ed's Butcher Block.
Of course, he had to be a meat cutter. I mean, the tie-in to Robert.
Yeah.
Well, that's true, Paul. That's true.
Yeah.
We have absolute facts on that one.
Yeah. And that kind of holds true to today when me and Dave are on here.
You ain't right.
Especially if I'm on here.
You ain't right.
Chupacabra, Dave. What about the chupacabra?
I told you not to look in the camera and say that like it to me. It's creepy.
Oh my goodness.
You're going to dream about all this stuff tonight. It's going to be a bad night for you.
I hope I do. That would be amazing. I have chupacabras chasing me. I'll have talking asses running up behind me. I'll have a Casper the Friendly Ghost trying to hitch a ride on Sasquatch so he can go out there and go fishing for Nessie.
Nessie. That sounds like the nickname.
Loch Ness Monster. That's your name, Nessie.
It's a girl. I thought it was a guy.
No, they said Nessie. That's its name, Nessie.
Nessie.
You never heard of this stuff? Oh, dude.
No. I tried to read intelligent articles. There's a lot of weird stuff you can read out there. I tried not. We can tell right now where Robert goes in a library. Not that he's been to a library lately. It's obvious. When he went to a library, we know the sections that Robert went to. We can tell that just by the knot.
What? I mean, he's got a point here.
Well, he's allowed.
Oh, look.
Because
when I was younger, much younger, I really got into all that stuff. I did, because it was very out there and it captured my imagination. These cryptid animals, I mean, like Bigfoot and stuff like it. And you have people talking about all these encounters, and I read up on it and I watched some stuff on it, and a lot of it has stuck with me. But that doesn't mean I believe in it.
Come on, man. You believe in Scooby Doo, man. Come on.
Yeah, I don't believe in Scooby. The 13th Warrior. You remember it, the movie? It had Antonio Banderas in it.
150 pounds.
That's a cat right there. But the movie.
Come on, Paul. Paul, I love you, brother, but 100.
Now look, they say there's panthers in up all the way up there. We got rumors of them around here too.
I'm talking about panthers one thing. He's talking about a cat. I mean, come on, 150 pounds.
No, I think he's probably talking about the Black Panther. And I've seen some Black Panthers that were 150 pounds.
He said a large black cat.
Huh?
He said a large black cat. A wildcat.
Wildcat. I've seen some Black Panthers that were real big, though.
That's what you see. I can't do it.
Well, that was some big ones in Forrest Gump.
No.
He messed up their party.
I was going to say that's what you see at 3 a.m. in the bar when it's closing.
No.
See, he's not saying it's a panther.
Okay.
It is Ottawa, though. Ottawa. I'm sure we're not saying that right either.
Well, if it was around Ottawa, it might have been a Brimmerlow that he saw.
Oh man,
But
you
I'm
see a
just
lot.
saying. Look, there's a lot of weird things out there in this world. The scientific community is discovering new animals and creatures every day. Now, a skinwalker would be like a rare animal, Dave, just so you know. And that's what Indians called the ability to shapeshift into an animal as being a skinwalker. So, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. You've heard of a panther on Dug Gap Mountain. Okay. Look,
No, he heard the panther, not heard of. He
oh,
heard
you
it
heard a panther. Well, okay. On Dug Gap. Trying to remember where Dug Gap's at.
over close to
See a
Dalton.
black wolf on Fort Mountain? Now, there is a type of wolf that is found in North Georgia. You heard one in Big Black Swamp in Mississippi. One what? Was it a panther or a skinwalker? Or a chupacabra? Wait a minute. Mississippi, it may have been one of them Rogu roads.
I think they root for Ole Miss.
And see, this is why we can't let the Bigfoot people come on the show. Because we're going to, if they find out why I'm in the group, they're going to kick me out.
Oh man,
Dude, did you know they'd find out? They'd figure it out. You know,
oh
I'm
man,
sorry, dude. You know,
mountain monster. What is a mountain monster guy?
oh, I don't know, but
It's,
I, I watched a video one time, and I think I've told you about this. I've probably talked about it on here before with the Bigfoot hunter. Been tracking this particular Bigfoot, for like 10 to 12 years. He's been on its trail. Done figured out his walking patterns. He had this big map up there, and it had like, showing all the areas that he'd seen it at and this and that, and had this whole area figured out. And he finally gets out there one night, and he's got his video set up, and he's got his camcorder out there, and he showed it up there at this tree. So he's right there. He's right behind that tree, right there. But I can't get any closer. I'm too afraid. Let me tell you something. I done spent 10 or 12 years looking for this thing. I'm out of patience. It's running low. It's going to be, hey, y'all, hold my beer. Wait till you see this picture I'm going to get. Because when I round that corner and go, blah, with that camera, he's going to be going. That's what my Bigfoot picture is going to look like. I done went up there and got that picture.
Tarman, what was running off the 50 wild hogs? I think we got caught in between stories here. You're talking about the black wolf? Or is that a description of an Arkansas fan?
No, Fort Mountain's down at Dalton.
Well, I know they're wild hogs, though. We might have some Arkansas fans down there.
Wait a minute.
We love you all. We love you all. College fans from around, but we have to have some fun.
All right. So
True.
we had to back up a little bit. We had Kentucky fan, Carolina fan, trying to see who all's represented in the house tonight. Got the Arkansas fans.
Oh, and we had the LSU fan, the whatever.
Alligators, yeah. And
Oh, the Rougarou or whatever.
Rougarou. Uh-oh.
Rougarou.
Rogu
Rougarou.
Yeah, the
Row.
Rogu would have to be an LSU fan.
What'd you call that? Row what?
Rogu.
How's GA goo? Rougarou. Rougarou. Whatever you say. Rougarou.
Yeah, go ahead. You do better than I do. Go ahead. You pronounce it. I just throwed it out there because I ain't scared. Bigfoot was on WWE Tire Man. Do you know which wrestler portrayed Bigfoot? There was actually a wrestler that portrayed him in a movie as well. It's French Cajun. Oh my goodness. It's bad enough when they talk with that accent. When they start talking that French, they lose me.
That sounds like some kind of sauce you get at Chick-fil-A.
Rogu.
No,
sounds
the French
like
Cajun.
A dance. Sounds like a dance. Rogu. Oh, it almost sounds like a love song. Rogu. Sorry.
Yes, it was.
That would have been Andre the Giant actually played Bigfoot in a movie. And he also actually played.
Well, there was a football player that played Bigfoot in a movie or in a TV show, wasn't it? Wasn't that a football player that dressed up as Bigfoot in $6 Million Man?
Yes, it was, I do believe. I don't remember which one. Was it Ed Too Tall?
I can't remember.
I think it might have been Ed Too Tall. He's a big old boy.
That's pretty good, Paul. That's probably right.
Rogu. I'll do it for you. Because I know that went through everybody's head when you put that up there. It's Rogu. Rogu Raggy.
That's what I hear when I'm trying to order at the fast food restaurant. Go to the drive-thru. That's what it sounds like when they're trying to get your order. It's like, what?
What? Okay, I want a Big Mac, a thing of French fries, and a small drink. Will you call that back to me? Rogu. Oh my
man.
goodness.
Oh my gosh.
I'm glad I cleared some time off this thing today. We'd have run out of time a long time ago with the side of Rogu.
I told you Wednesdays, man. Wednesdays is, I don't know what it is, man. It's like crazy.
I'm probably being a little bit overboard tonight. I'm still hyper from a while ago, so it's all right. It's all right.
Oh man.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, we can't be all the time. Sometimes, we got to put it out there a little bit. I'm gonna go bass fishing up there one day in that lake over there, where they have that Loch Ness monster thing. I'm gonna catch it. I'm gonna catch it on top order plug too. I'm gonna tell you right now. Get my spider wire on that thing. I'm gonna land it. What?
Strangely enough, I just have this mental image of some being in the checkout at a grocery store, and on a magazine or a newspaper right there for sale would be you standing there with a big old grin on your face, holding up some creature or what looked like a creature, and saying, "I finally got him."
No, I wouldn't say it like. I wouldn't be like, "I finally got him." I'd be like, "I got him." Mm-hmm. He's in the boat. He counts. You wait till I see the taxidermy man. He gonna have a heart attack when he see what I brung him.
I'm not being critical. I'm not being critical, but I do have to say. I do have to say. Now I can't say. Yeah, amen. I have to say,
I'm about bleached white now, sir.
now I have not met. Actually, I've not met any of them. I've seen videos and stuff and stories. But I got to say, of the ones I've seen, and I'm probably going to get blasted on this. Let me just say that the people that are searching, they look like they're about one brick shy of a full load, bud. I just got to be honest. I mean, it's obvious there's some defect. Just
Okay.
saying. Just saying.
Okay.
They're wonderful tax-paying, wonderful Americans. I'll say that, but it leaves a lot to be desired. They're not. I don't want to say the
But
wrong
let
thing
me
here.
whoa, back up, and see. Maybe this is just them being misrepresented. All right. If there's ever a tornado here in South Georgia, and I got to borrow this from James Gregory, if there's ever a tornado here in South Georgia, who does the news go out and interview? All right.
Oh yeah, he nailed
Always
it.
at a trailer park. The guy's got his trucker hat on. He's about that big around. He's got on blue jeans and a button-up shirt. Got a big key ring with a big old wad of keys that he don't knows what the heck they open. And he says, "Yeah, shouted just like a freight train coming right down the road right here." And he's got this look on his face too. Okay, and he's coming down the road. He said, "I heard it sounded just like a train." That's who they go and interview. Okay. Maybe this same thing is happening there. They just missed the good people to interview. Just throwing it out there. Don't be so judgmental.
Everybody has their place. I just have to say, this is not Leonard Nimoy in search of. I'll just say that it's just not. I mean, I could actually watch that show. It had a redeeming value. Although they could get a little out there. I could even go Art Bell. Art Bell. I could listen to Art Bell a little bit. They would always be the cat lady that called in from Long Island that, had 20 cats and said they were aliens from Mars and they talked to her and possessed her and all that. That's when I turned it off. But Art Bell, because he attracted that kind of person anyway. Art Bell was interesting. I could listen to that. A lot of these people that I see on videos today, I wouldn't walk across the street to hear their story. I just gotta be honest. Because like you said, it's always the same story. It's always the same. It's the same thing every single time. Give me something new, and I might at least listen to you a little longer. But it's always the same story. He got away. I saw him at a distance. I see a footprint. I mean, it's just never. It never completes the task.
The story I want to hear about was I was walking through the woods and I saw two big feet out there and they was fixing each other's hair. That's the story I want to hear about. They had curlers up and all that kind of stuff. That's what I want to hear. Do it makeup. Bigfoot makeover. I can see it now. I can't do it. Queer eye for the straight squatch.
I'm not even commenting. I'm not. I'm out on this one.
Oh, get back in here. Oh my goodness. Now I got you. Get back in here.
Oh man. I think we're past Robert's bedtime. He's starting to go off the chain more.
No, I'm done going off the chain. I think I'm about exhausted. Oh my, that was too good to pass up though. I still think we need to get a gorilla suit for Cook.
I agree.
Make a video. of him just walking around waving and eating beef jerky, because everybody knows that's what Sasquatch eat.
Could we just put him in the back of a truck and we just ride around? He waves. I mean,
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Think of all the videos that would be made off of that.
Yeah. Oh yes, Paul. That lady there, I have heard of. I've heard that where the lady upset about the deer crossing signs on busy roads. She thinks they should be put at school crossing places so the deer don't cross in the dangerous areas.
Wow.
Well, yeah, that was a good one. That was, oh man, that one was painful. Oh my. I think I know her. I can't say any more than that, Dave, but I dare say that no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm gonna be nice because I am a nice person. I am not the same person that I used to be. Your wife says you have to stop playing now. Well, I'm thinking that it's probably by that time for us. We're about 30 minutes past. Just having fun.
We will pick this up Friday night.
No, we're just going to let this go. Because I had a moment earlier and my brain's firing on about 15 different cylinders. And no, I don't know what we've talked about, and we're not picking this up Friday night. We're going to pick on another topic Friday night.
I like it. I like
that. Yeah.
Now that I can ride with. That I can go with.
We love y'all. God bless you. We hope y'all have had as much fun tonight as we have, because this was absolutely a ball for me. I don't know why, but it was. Well, I love doing this stuff anyway, but yeah. So, and you know what, Dave? I'm going to try to remember to play the song tonight.
Try to play the song.
All right. You got anything else you want to talk about?
I'm done, man. I'm just hoping I don't dream about any of this stuff, because I got a feeling it's going to be a nightmare. Me and you's going to be running through swamps with all these creatures after us.
And me laughing,
and Cook and Paul and Tarman and Daniel and all of them's going to be out there somewhere in this dream nightmare, waving us on like, come further in the swamp, come further in the swamp. And when we get all the way in there, I don't know what we find, but we're going to get to the heart of the swamp, and there's going to be a little shack sitting there with a little bit of light coming from it, and we're being pointed to that shack. I'm going to stop right there. But in that shack is...
That's where the Scooby-Dooing starts, is when you get to the little shack.
with
really have fun.
With a glass of sweet tea that says, well, I've been waiting on you. Let's sit on the front porch.
There you go. God bless y'all. We'll see you Friday morning. Hey, next time we see you, it's going to be Friday. Well, I see you 40. All right. Love y'all. God bless. Like, follow, subscribe if you feel like it. And we appreciate it. Good night, guys.
Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show.